Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to make some homemade Alfredo with chicken. You can use anything you want. You can use grilled shrimp. You can use sausage. You could use vegetables. This is some olive oil. Just a little bit. Maybe 1/4 cup of olive oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to saute my chicken and in my pan. I've got 2 little cloves of garlic, freshly chopped, and I have flat Italian parsley. I have a little bit of Italian seasoning, so it's probably, maybe a tablespoon or less. But anyway, you got your red bell pepper, your pepper if you want it. You want to add a little heat to it, you can kick it up a notch. And then I've got some salad I'm making. I already made my noodles, so you guys don't have to wait forever. So anyway, I've got some cheese going on. About to fry this chicken up and get this nice and warm and cooked. So you always want to cook your shrimp on a barbecue first, or you can add anything you want. I use steamed broccoli, whatever. I use everything. But you don't want to do chicken, broccoli, and everything in one. You want to do, pick one. So if it's going to be chicken, it's going to be chicken. If it's going to be shrimp, grilled shrimp, then do that. But you have to cook your chicken good. I'm going to fry that up a little bit. I might need a little more oil. Hope everyone's doing good today. I'm doing okay. Thank you for all the love and respect in the comments about our cemetery. We appreciate that. We really do. So remember about adding those little bit of, you don't want to add a lot to your Alfredo. So I'm going to use a little bit just to give it a little Italian flair to it. But if anybody knows flat Italian parsley, it is so delicious. The fragrance that comes off of that is unbelievable. I'll get ready to show you my my herb garden one of these days. But we've got, if anybody knows the South, the pollen here is like ridiculous. So I can't really bring you outside. It'll be all yellow. So anyway, I don't need any more of the Italian, but I'll use that in something else. So you just want to give this a good spin. Cook it up a little bit. I have my noodles here already. And I strained them and added a little bit of olive oil to stop it from sticking together. Just a little drizzle. And I keep the lid on it. Because this takes, a little longer. Kick up that heat a little bit. While this is cooking really good, I'll show you something else. I'm going to put a lid on that. Okay, so this is my lettuce that I picked from my garden, and I rinsed it. And let me see if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. So I rinsed it all off, and I shook it out. And if you want, you could still bust them up. You could still break it. It just makes it more enjoyable, I think. But I'll show you my little Italian, which you all probably know how to do this anyway. But anyway, I'm just showing you what I'm doing and how I'm preparing it. My hands are clean, just so y'all know. And this is for my family. I don't know how else you would cut up lettuce unless you cut it with a knife, but you kind of can't do that with this, especially if it came from your garden. Okay, so in a bowl, I don't know if you could see me from there. Let's say, yeah, you could see me. In a bowl, I'm going to add a little garlic salt. Just a little bit. Just a little sprinkle. I'm going to add some balsamic vinegar. And I'm going to use, I don't know, maybe 3/4 of a cup. maybe half. Just, you'll know as you taste it. And you're always going to use more olive oil than you are vinegar. So you're going to double that. I'm going to add my little Italian seasonings in there. I'm going to add some grated cheese. I'm going to give that a good whisk. And don't put this on your salad until you're ready. So a little bit of garlic salt. Oh my goodness, so good. And then you just pour it on your salad. I could do it. There you go. Give that a good toss. Let's see. Well, I hope everyone's doing good today. You can add cucumbers to this. You could saute, not saute, but cut up some mushrooms. You put anything you want. Oh, you can smell that vinegar. It smells so good. And you want to add a little salt and pepper. While I have that out. The chicken's getting done. I'm taking the lid off. Add a little salt. If you feel like you grabbed too much, then put some back. A little pepper. And a lot of people are like, you know, so worried about white pepper, blah, blah, blah. I've been using black pepper my whole life. So all the juice is on the zoogie is on the bottom. So try to like put your salad on the side if you're not going to serve it right away, so you don't get it too soggy. All right, so this chicken, we're going to give this a spin now. I'm going to strain this, and I'll show you my next step. The pan is hot. And I'm going to use 3/4 of a stick of butter, so about 5.5. If you want to use more, use more. I'm going to let that melt down. I've got a cup of water, well, maybe a little more than half of a cup of water. And I'm going to put some cornstarch in there. You can use flour and butter and make a roux, but I don't. This is real easy peasy for me. So I use about that much. If I need more, I'll get more. So it's going to make it thicker. Little cornstarch. That's how I make my gravy and everything. Amazing. So I'm going to add. Sometimes I make a homemade Alfredo with just maybe a pint. You don't have to use a quart, but you always want to make sure you have more than enough of heavy whipping cream. I also use about a cup of milk because I've got a big family to feed. So remember, when you sauteed all that chicken and stuff, all the herbs and your seasonings already went in the meat. So you're going to apply the meat to this when it's cooked. It doesn't take long to make this at all. You can use, like my grandmother used to use a white sauce, which is just made of flour. But the heavy whipping cream is just amazing. I use this for so many recipes, even desserts. I'm gonna put that chicken back in there. I'm gonna add, okay, let's see. 1, 2, about 2.5 handfuls of grated cheese. My daughter loved her grated cheese. This is one of her favorite meals that she made. And yes, she learned it from her mom. So we're going to kick this up on the heat a little bit. Now you don't have to use a lot of greens and stuff. I do. I love adding everything to it. My seasonings. It just gives it so much flavor. So you can add a little pepper to it. Give it a little heat, but you don't want to add a lot because it's a little fire. And at the end, before you serve it, you could sprinkle a little Parmesan on there, the big slices. And you could serve this with homemade garlic bread that I did make, and I actually forgot to take it out, but out of the freezer. I freeze everything. So we're just waiting on that to get a little heat on it, and I'll show you how I make it thick and add it to my meal. Sorry about the mess. It happens. Because I've got a lot of milk and heavy cream in there, I'm going to go for a little more, just a little more cornstarch in there. So, again, it's 3/4 cup of water, and then you can add as much cornstarch as you want. I'm going to use, I think that should be good. So it's white, it comes out white, same as flour. You're just going to use it to make it thicker. You don't have to. You can cook this on low, and it will cook out itself. But this takes me 40 minutes to do all of this. So my family has a nice meal. A little less than that because it's the pasta that you're, got to wait for. But this doesn't take long at all. See the butter? See a little bit of heat. I love Italian sausage with this. Grilled shrimp. So good. But anyway, I didn't get a chance to thank everyone individually for all the comments. There's quite a few there, and we really couldn't do much to the property until today because of the no rain. We've had hail yesterday, and then crazy hail, and then we had nothing but pollen. So you really can't do much with all that pollen. We get about an inch worth here, and it falls, I think, for a whole month. So do not let this burn. Please don't let this burn. Anything with a heavy cream or milk, anything dairy, it will burn. You see the smoke come up, so you know it's getting hot. I want to make sure that chicken's done and all that. So I'm going to add a little bit. See where it takes me. And then I'll know if it needs to be thicker. And if I made it too thick, it's really simple. I just add a little milk. Steamed broccoli is so good with this. I don't put it in. I steam it and I keep it on the side. So if someone doesn't want the broccoli in it, they don't have to have it. So with chicken, everybody likes chicken, so it goes right in. We're waiting. Sorry, everybody. Look, my kitchen's a mess. Can you see my sink? That's my shepherd you hear barking. So you can see it's getting a little thicker. You see that? You don't want it too thick. You want to have juice. Zoogie. You want it not to be runny, but you definitely want it in the middle. If you make it too thick, then you won't have, if you have any leftovers or you want to have some, you know, whatever, later on or the next day. Do you see it's getting thicker? You want to heat it up, spread it out in a big bowl, and add a little bit of milk, and then heat it up in your microwave. You see how creamy and rich that looks? So you can make a flour and butter roux, you can, but to me, it's a pain in the butt. And it just takes up more time than I need to. When the cornstarch works just as well. Do you see all that cream? Isn't that amazing? And it's gonna get creamier. And again, if you make it too thick, you just add a little milk. Okay, I think it's done. See how beautiful that is? All the steam. Let's give this a little toss. I always keep pasta in my refrigerator cooked with a little olive oil. And the reason I do that is because if I want buttered noodles for dinner on a side dish or whatever have you. I keep boiled eggs in there too, all the time. Look at that. Can you see it? There's your chicken Alfredo. You can add more grated cheese, whatever you want. Garnish with a little slices. And serve with some fresh garlic bread. And I'll teach you that too, my recipe that I make. And I make a lot of it because it's so easy to do. It's ridiculous. But anyway, enjoy. And again, this is Alfredo and chicken. Thank you, everyone, and God bless.